Hey YouTube, welcome back to another one. On today's video, we're gonna get that Land Rover in the garage here, and we're gonna start tearing it apart to change the head gaskets. So let's get that done. It's not brilliant. She's running a little rougher than it was the other day, but it's pretty cold. It's cool this morning anyway. Okay, okay, guys. I've never seen this before in my life, but check this out. I think that's custom. I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to see the camshaft from the valley. Wow. So we're at the point where I need to unbolt the exhaust from the bottom, and then I can pull the outside head bolts. And then you saw me put in the rocker shafts back in. One bolt on, or 2 bolts on each side, one on each end of the rocker shaft. And then we'll use some rags. Once everything's loose, we'll use some rags and we'll just pull straight out. Can't see anything else. I looked up some pictures of the valleys on these V8s, and they look like that. That one looks kind of rough, but I guess late model castings are pretty rough. Yeah, it looks like it's been beat out of there, but that's stock apparently. So we had a rat's nest underneath the lower plenum. That was pretty cool.
Eventually.
Okay, YouTube, that's it for this half of the project. This is going to be the end of this video. The engine is torn down to the block. The bearings are so-so. What else did I see? The crank is in pretty good shape, I believe. Pistons look fine, rings look really good. The only thing of note is the reason I've gone this far is because the liners, whoever did the liner job, the liners are below the surface of the deck. So that's why that's why I had blow by. I thought I saw steam when I was picking this thing up in BC. It was quite a rainy, sort of humid morning. Anyway, when I fired it up, I thought I saw steam coming out of the side of the block, and I did. And the way I verified that is because we saw evidence of blow by on the heads on the right hand bank, so that's even. 4, 6, and 8 had blow by. 8 also had the failure on the head gasket from the coolant jacket. So this is 2, 4, 6, and 8. So let me get a straight edge. Here's my straight edge. Hopefully I don't cut myself. It's quite sharp. Okay, clean up. Clean this up. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing here. This is unacceptable machine work as far as I'm concerned. So this is one I would have had blow by on. So you can see the gap underneath the straight edge. Let's see if I can do it here. There's not going to be too many places I'll get that much light. But, so number 8 seems to be the worst. And these aren't slipped, guys. These are top hat liners. But anyway, so what it comes down to is improper machine work, whether the previous owner did it himself or he brought it to a machine shop and they were unfamiliar with the process. Either way, the result is the same, guys. Failure, head gasket failure, because there's no sealing going on in the combustion chamber. So all that combustion pressure, cylinder pressure, was just escaping outside of the block because there was no sealing going on in the compression ring. So that's my determination of failure here. So what am I going to do about it? So the plan is to send this to the machine and see what we can do about it. It may be just a straight deck, both sides the same. And then I'll have to shim the rocker shafts, I guess, where it mounts up. I'm not quite sure where we go from here, but my machinist will know of a better plan. Yeah, hope and pray. But this should be the end of this episode. In recap, I tore down the engine to the heads, got everything cleaned up and ready and prepped for new head gaskets, and I straight edged the block and determined that this was a no-go item. I actually sat on it for several weeks, contemplating on the route to go. At the end of the day, the only way to go about this is the proper way, and the proper way is to get it properly machined. That way you'll never have a doubt in your mind that it was done properly or not. It's really unfortunate that somebody would go to this amount of effort and then it up, drop the ball at the 1 yard line, and then put it all back together and go, oh, whoops, it didn't work. Like, can't believe it. Can't believe it, guys. Can't believe that there's people out there that work on their own stuff and then do this and then wonder why it doesn't work. Like, holy man. Anyway, so it's been a hell of a process. It's been several months in the making, I guess. I was waiting for parts. I was going to get, I was waiting for a power steering pump. And then in the meantime, I straight edged the block and then I sat on it for several weeks trying to, come to a decision on which route I was going to go with. But this, I think, is the proper way. So we're going to do the machine work. We're going to put a new oil pump in, new gaskets all the way around. We're going to do ARP studs and bolts in the mains, new main bearings, new cam bearings, probably a new cam, and going to do a micro polish on the crank. What else can we do? That's pretty much it. The lifters looked brand new. They might be brand new. The cam looks like it's in good shape, but I'm going to put a nice, I think it's Crowley. I'm going to put a Crowley cam in it. Anyway, that's the plan. So this project's going to be on hold, and part 2 is going to be quite a while until everything's gathered, assembled, and put back in. So it is what it is, guys. Several months between videos. Just how it goes. I don't have an abundance of time. I got young kids, family, right? My shop is an absolute disaster. So that's what we're gonna do now. Well, not right now. I'm gonna have a beer, and I'll see you guys on the next one.